This is Halloween, and if you love haunted history and cemeteries as much as I do, you may want to subscribe, because I'm going to be taking you somewhere new every week. It's the end of April, and it'll be the beginning of May soon. I wanted to finish off the end of April with a bang here, so we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We are headed out to Lake Wales. We're going to visit Spook Hill, which if you've never heard of it, there's a phenomena that occurs if you go to this specific hill in Lake Wales, Florida. And you can put your car in park and it will start rolling uphill just by itself. Nobody knows the reason for this. It's just something that happens there. So we're going to check it out. And of course, we're going to be visiting a cemetery, which is the Lake Wales Memorial Park Cemetery, I believe. It's going to be an exciting day. Enjoy. We are here at Fred's Market Restaurant, probably one of the best soul food, comfort food places to eat in all of Florida. Let's go in and get a bite to eat. Can you tell this place is good? This place is packed. I got it. There was about a 10-minute wait when we came in, but we only waited for about 2 minutes. It's a great place to come and eat. You will love it. We've arrived at Spook Hill. Check out this cute little ghost. I love it. And right over there is the hill. It is a very hilly area of Florida. I don't usually see this much elevation here. The most I ever see is probably like the landfill in Apollo Beach. That's like the only mountain I had ever seen until like 2019. Anyway, let's check it out.
This is going downhill. It's an illusion.
So you just started rolling backwards?
Yeah.
What are you, in neutral?
I'm in drive right now.
We're driving up to the line.
Watch.
He already did it once. We're just going to do it one more time.
I just put it in neutral. Alright. We're literally going downhill right now.
thought you were supposed to roll uphill. That'd be wild too.
Babe, we are going uphill right now. That's why you should get out and film it.
So I'm recording it standing outside of the vehicle. And here he is, rolling backwards. At a good speed, too. All right, that was fun. On to the next experience of the day. Let's go and read this sign real quick. I did not read it. I took a picture. It's kind of like a cool phenomenon. All right. Ages ago, an Indian town on Lake Wales Lake was plagued with raids by a huge gator. The town's great warrior chief and the gator were killed in a final battle that created the huge swampy depression nearby. Right here. So that's why it's hilly. It's uphill basically right here. The chief was buried on its north side. Later, pioneer haulers coming from the old army trail atop the ridge above found their horses laboring here at the foot of the ridge and called it Spook Hill. Is it the gator seeking revenge or the chief protecting his land? And it gives you instructions to stop car on white line, place in neutral, and let it roll back. So here he's doing it again. He can't get enough. Pretty cool. All right, see you at the next stop. We're here at Lake Wales Cemetery, established in 1914. Let's go in and see what we can see. This is a pretty cemetery, but it's just off of a really busy road, so it's noisy as crap. It's not quite as peaceful as some of the others, a lot of the others that we've been to, but it's pretty. Slightly overgrown, and there's quite a few ant beds. So if you're coming here, just be mindful of that. Maybe don't stand in one place for too long because they're kind of everywhere. The grass is dead, and in some areas there's weeds and stickers. The sticker things that stick to your shoes and your socks. So you might want to wear the appropriate shoes for that kind of stuff. So I would suggest a boot. But look how nicely shaded this is. And the cicadas are already out. It's a big cemetery. There's a lot to see here, so keep that in mind as well. Looks like there's quite a bit of ground to cover, so I will be riding around some in this one. Now there are some areas that don't have a lot of shade out here, but there's quite a bit of shade in most of the areas, so that's cool. I love this. This is so cool. I'll take a still shot of this as well, but these are magnolias. And they smell so good. You can smell them approaching this tombstone. You can just smell the magnolias in the wind. They're such a fragrant flower, and they're so beautiful. Almost like a rose. Similar to a rose. But the smell is just gorgeous. I love that. So if you can't get around to the cemetery to put fresh flowers all the time, plant a magnolia bush if you're allowed to, because it gives and gives. I mean, I don't know if it's all year or if they're annual, but at least at one point there's going to be beautiful fresh flowers that smell so good. This is the Pigeon plot here, and they have that beautiful orange marble, or peach, I guess, marble. It's interesting because It says precious memories, the day's work is done. But it's got like a bobcat on there picking something up. Maybe that was their family business. I don't know. But the magnolias smell great. I just want to stand here all day long. This is something new I've never seen before. They can take a picture of your loved one and put their image on an angel. That is really cool. I think that that's different. And look, a picture of her children down here. Oh my goodness. 79 to 2004. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Just walking down the little trail right now, and you can really see how big this cemetery is. It's actually 27.4 acres. And right up there at the top of the light post is an osprey nest. Aren't they funny little birds? They just like kind of set up shop wherever, you know. Doesn't look so cozy, you know what I mean? You see like a regular bird nest in a tree, and at least they have shade, a little canopied in and all of that. These osprey don't give a crap. They just start gathering stuff and just set up shop wherever, on top of a sign in a busy street or whatever. They don't care. There are some in the nest right now. Chirping away. I'll be honest, as far as interest goes with this one, it's huge and everything, but all the tombstones are really new. And sometimes that's interesting, but it looks like everybody got their tombstone from the same location. I've seen a couple of really cool and different things, but a lot of them are quite very much the same, so it's not a lot of variety when it comes to headstones, or even older headstones that I've seen, even though this is quite an old cemetery. Now the front of the cemetery says established in 1914, and then you read online it says 1938, I believe. So I'm a little confused about that. I'm not seeing a lot of older headstones here either, which those are my favorite. There's a niche over here I'm going to check out and wander around a bit more. This gentleman has a nice little setup over here. I love this. Best daddy and loving husband. I don't know about that, because I actually think I have the best daddy, but I guess he was a really good daddy. I guess there's a lot of good daddies out there, but just saying, my dad's pretty great. So it'd probably be a pretty close call on that. Says Harry David Parrish, remember me. Don't remember me with sadness. Don't remember me with tears. Remember all the laughter we shared throughout the years. Now I am contented that my life, it was worthwhile, knowing as I passed along the way, I made somebody smile. When you are walking down the street and you've got me on your mind, I'm walking in your footsteps, only half a step behind. Please don't be unhappy. Just because I'm out of sight, remember that I'm with you each morning, noon, and night. Deep in our hearts, you'll always stay, loved and missed every day. A beautiful little picture down here of a boat and a pier or a dock. And he was also in the army during Vietnam. And he didn't pass that long ago, 2019, so I was just kidding about the dad thing. I'm sure you are a great dad. So over here on the other side, oh, this must be his parents. Harry Binford and Joan Jewell. It's a family plot. I love what these say. This one says, this is for Harry. I would rather have one little rose from the garden of a friend than have the choicest flowers when my stay on earth must end. I would rather have one pleasant word and kindness said to me than flattery when my heart is still and life has ceased to be. Bring me all your flowers today, whether pink or white or red. I would rather have one blossom now than a truckload when I'm dead. Says yesterday is memories, today is life, tomorrow is hope. We are at the Lake Wales Mausoleum, aka Columbarium Niche. Alright. This is pretty, kind of how it overlooks the water here. And the beautiful traffic that's driving by. But I like that. It's very picturesque as you walk through here. So, quite a few spaces left. I mean, this is a busy road that it's right off of Highway 27, I think it is. That's all there is to it. Only one I see on the property. I could be wrong because I only ventured one way so far. But it looks like this may be it. And then on the outside here, there are more niches. One of these on each side. So just a piece of useless information for you. I recently learned that the columbarium, the word itself, when referred to columbarium niche, is actually derived from the Latin word columba, meaning dove. And the columbarium word itself is derived from specialized compartments used to house doves and pigeons, and they're called dovecotes. So they kind of came up with this columbarium niche, or columbarium, the word, derived from the Latin word columba, and the barium coming from the units that would house doves and pigeons. I don't know if I said all of that right, but it sounds right. I wrote it down, but it's at home for another cemetery later on, but you know what I'm saying. Here's another young girl, Brooke Michelle Burgo. March 2nd, 93 to May 3rd, 2012. Beautiful girl. There's her picture there. And I like her headstone. Really pretty headstone too, with the zebra print around it. Like I was saying before, you know I love all the cemeteries. I'll go to any cemetery. But this one just doesn't give me a lot of variety or a lot of, you know, when it comes to the headstones, they're all basically the same. It's like I said, it's like they all bought them from the same place. Here's a pretty old one. Doesn't say a whole lot. Harold C. Gelmall, 1892 to 1957. This one passed in 57 too. Huh. It's interesting. A different last name, so same year, right side by side. That's that beautiful peach marble that I love so much. Here we have a pretty old veteran tombstone here. Looks like it needs to be cleaned up. I don't know if you've seen the short clips on YouTube. There's a few people that do it. They go around and they clean headstones. And it's so great that they're out there doing that. They just kind of do it on their own time. They make a little short video about it, tell you about the person who passed away. They, you know, dig up the history on the person and clean their headstone. And they just go around doing that, you know, volunteering at different cemeteries to do it. And they do such great work. And it's such an amazing thing to do, to give back to the community, because sometimes these things go unnoticed, and these headstones, they just, after a long time of just not being cared for, they just deteriorate. So to know that people are out there actually doing that professionally and voluntarily, it's pretty amazing. I've been really watching a lot of those videos because I just think it's so great. This is a beautiful one here. Wow. Here this couple are. Wow, unforgettable parents. 1,000 words can't bring you back. We know because we've tried. And neither can a million tears. We know because we've cried. Although your smile is gone forever and your hands we cannot touch, we still have so many memories of the ones we loved so much. Your memory is our keepsake with which we'll never part. God has you in His keeping. We have you in our hearts. The Ford family, the Ford couple. Look at the death dates here. Robert J. Sr., born December 30th, 1935, left this earth October 17, 2012. Arletha, born November 12th, 1939, left this earth October 19th, 2017. Makes you wonder if she passed of a broken heart, you know? Because it's not long after he passed away. And they look like they were a couple in love, so I believe in that now. Dying of a broken heart. Broken heart is pretty hard to live with. Oh, God. This person just passed away April 14th, 2023. And there's beautiful flowers here left, with lilies and roses, some chrysanthemums. Looks like there's some lavender in there. It's just beautiful. Some fresh flowers left here. I love this at the top of the tombstone, the open book that says the name. That's neat. I've not seen that before. Thank you so much for joining me again today. I hope you loved today's episode. Spook Hill was definitely interesting. And here to tell you about it is my husband, Mark Randall.
It was pretty wild. Just pulled up to the line, put my truck into neutral, and I started moving backwards uphill. And it was really, I couldn't even describe how it feels. You're just sitting there moving uphill backwards, and it stops you right before the Spook Hill sign. And you can sit there and stay in neutral, you don't move. And then I felt, even when I went back around later on, just driving towards you could feel like you feel a force, a little slight force that wants to push you back. It's really, worth checking out if you ever get the chance to go and do it. It's unbelievable.
Cool. So, yeah, it was going pretty fast too. Like, it was going at a pretty steady pace when it was moving backwards. Not like just a slow moving backwards. It was as if the car was in reverse and going backwards. So it was pretty cool. And the cemetery, of course, like I pretty much said everything I needed to say about it. Now, I did find some older headstones in that cemetery, and those headstones are going to be just to the right of the entrance as you walk in. The rest of the cemetery is pretty much all newer headstones, and not a whole lot of different things to see or unique stuff. That does it for today's episode. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you next time.